What's poppin' everyone, Cammy from CammyCoven.com back with another episode of Pokemon Leaf Green walkthrough. In the last episode we burned down Erica's gym and started to make our way through Rocket Space's Game Corner, and in this episode we're going to finish that up and head over to the Lavender Tower, as we'll have business to do thereafter. I left these last two grunts just because you have to fight them both just to get through this place. Back-to-back crits, it's starting again. I know you ruined our plans at Mount Moon. That's 4 crits so far, although one of them was unneeded. But beat both of them and the gate will open. And we have a boss fight, and I'm going to lead with Primate for this, and Giovanni can be a bit tough, so I do recommend that you save your game. And we can talk to them once you do that. So, I must say, I am impressed you got here. Team Rocket captures Pokemon from around the world. They're important tools for keeping our criminal enterprise going. I am the leader, Giovanni. For your insolence, you will feel a world of pain. And Giovanni has, I believe, 3 Pokemon, yes. Leads off with a level 25 Onix with Rockhead, Rock Throw, Bind, Rage, and Harden. This is really not a hard Pokemon to beat, especially if you have a fighting type like mine. Coming up next, he has Rhyhorn, level 24, Rockhead, Stomp, Fury Attack, Scary Face, and Tail Whip. And Giovanni really doesn't have good movesets on this Pokemon, which makes him a little bit easier to defeat. Especially if I just kill everything in one hit like that. And his final Pokemon, Kangaskhan, which isn't a ground type like his 2 prior Pokemon. It's level 29 with Early Bird, Fake Out, Mega Punch, Bite, and Tail Whip. Again, a good fighting type will put Giovanni in his place. 2 of his Pokemon are rock and 1 of them are normal. And it goes for a Tail Whip. Interesting. And with that, that's all of Giovanni. Not incredibly hard, but this won't be the last that we see of him. He casually tosses a Master Ball in his hand. I see that you raise Pokemon with utmost care. A child like you would never understand what I hope to achieve. I shall step aside this time. I hope we meet again. And he's going to drop the Self Scope, which allows us to see ghosts, meaning that we can go into Lavender Tower. And also, in his room here, if you talk to the plants on the right or left, I swear you could get an item from it. Maybe not. I thought there would be... Oh, maybe it's between the plants. Yeah, it's between the plants here. You can grab a net ball, and on the other side you can grab a nest ball. And that's it for the Rocket Hideout. Take the elevator back up to the first floor. Good thing we fought that trainer, because after you beat Giovanni, you have to fight him to get out. There's also another one here, which you can sneak by. I didn't realize he was a spinner. Oh, you actually have to fight him because I believe there's a gate there. And then this trainer you actually have to fight as well. But we already did that. So head on out of here. And while I'm here, actually, I'm just gonna... Wrong person. I'm going to buy some coins with what I have. As much as I can with all the money that I have, because I just sold some items recently. And I'm going to be grinding for the TMs and the items, but I will do that off screen. But I do want to do it before I get to the tower, because there's a specific TM that I think will help me a lot there, especially with the Pokemon that I want to train. And I got 2,000, which isn't bad. That's definitely a great start. But I'm gonna heal up my Pokemon real quick. I'm going to do some of the game corner real quick before heading out, so I'll see you guys in a bit. Alright guys, I'm back. I spent a few hours grinding the game corner and I got the Charcoal for Charmeleon, as well as Thunderbolt for Jolteon and Shadow Ball for Jolteon. And I also got Iron Tail for my Sandslash, if I can find it. Well, maybe I didn't get Iron Tail. Actually, I don't think I got Iron Tail. I also didn't get Flamethrower, just because I was tired of playing the slots and I didn't want to do it anymore. But we are going to head over back to Lavender Town, so I'm just going to quickly cut when I get there. And now that we're back in Lavender Town, there's a few things that we can do. We can do the Pokemon Tower, as well as after it, we'll be able to head south. What do I want to lead off with here for the tower? I think I'm going to lead off with Jolteon, just to start, because when we enter the tower, we can see all these graves for Pokemon, but we also have Gary for round 5. Hey, what brings you here? Is your Pokemon dead? Hey, it's alive. I can at least make them faint. So Gary wants to physically kill us, but he can't, thankfully, because our adventure would be over. And he leads off with level 25 Pidgeotto. It has Keen Eye with Gust, Sand Attack, Quick Attack, and Whirlwind. And a quick Thunderbolt should put it in its place. My newly acquired Thunderbolt, which I spent many of the hours getting. Thankfully, slots in this game have like a specific pattern that you can almost get 7s every time, so it's fairly easy. But just a bit tedious because you can only carry 9,000. And for Growlithe, this is depending on which starter he has, he'll have different Pokemon. For me, he's going to have Growlithe because I started with Charmander, and it's going to be with Intimidate. It's going to be level 23 with Bite, Roar, Ember, and Leer. If you have Bulbasaur, then he won't have Growlithe. And next up is Execute, and I'm actually just going to leave Jolteon in again. And the Execute is level 20, or Executor rather. Oh no, Execute, I was right. Level 22 with Chlorophyll, Barrage, Hypnosis, Confusion, and Leech Seed. And I'm just going to Shadow Ball it because it's a Psychic type. That really did nothing. But if you started with Squirtle, he'll have a level 25 Ivysaur with Overgrow, Growl, Leech Seed, Vine Whip, and Poison Powder instead. And interesting to note that if you started with Bulbasaur, this Execute will be level 23, but if you started with Charmander, it'll be level 22. Which I find interesting. That really, wow. Should I just click Shadow Ball again? And we're going to... Do I not have an Awakening? There it is. Jesus, there's another plane going over my head right now. Apologize for that. And next up is Kadabra, and he will always have this Kadabra depending on whatever starter. And it'll be level 20 with Synchronize, Teleport, Confusion, Disable, and Kinesis. And hopefully he doesn't disable my Shadow Ball here. Oh, it killed. Perfect. Level 28 for Jolteon. And then the last Pokemon he has is War Turtle, and if you have Bulbasaur or Squirtle, as a starter. Then he'll have a Gyarados with level 23 with Intimidate, and he'll have Thrash, Tackle, and Bite. And if you start with Bulbasaur, it will be 22. Same thing as the Execute issue. Jolteon actually really beats this entire team for me, especially with Shadow Ball now. I didn't mean to click Shadow Ball as soon as I said it. So Gary's still a pushover in this fight. Not very difficult. His highest mon's level 25, which is a lot less than the gym leader. So I guess you could theoretically do this before doing the gym, after Rock Tunnel, but I just like doing the Pokemon Tower all in one shot. And he's going to talk about the Marowak spirit that lives here. And now that we have the Self Scope, if you don't have the Self Scope, it will try to kick you out. But now that we do have it, we can take on the tower. And this tower starts basically on the 3rd floor. There are 3 trainers on this floor with Ghastly, Haunter, and Cubone you can find. And I'm just going to heal. Everything's at the top now. I really just healed for 9. And I'm going to use a Repel just because I don't want Ghastly, Haunter, or Cubone. And we can have to pick one of these to fight, I believe. I'm actually just going to head around real quick. I hate how you can't run in here. And we can grab an escape rope. And that's the only item on this floor. Moving up to floor number 4, there are 3 trainers again. We can grab an elixir. An awakening. And she's going to see us from very far away. Another plane is going over my head. We can grab a Great Ball there. I'm gonna reapply my Repel. I'm just using these last baby Repels before I get into my super Repels. And I'm gonna walk all the way around just because I don't want to fight the trainer. We have a required battle here. And these channelers are a little creepy looking. This trainer here won't fight her, or this channeler rather won't fight you. She'll actually tell you that this is a purification space, and stepping on it will heal your Pokemon. And in the middle of the space, you can find a cleanse tag, which helps repel wild Pokemon. Basically, every time you leave the square and step back on, it'll heal your Pokemon. I actually forgot this was here when I used my super potion earlier. But there's 4 trainers on this floor. And heading back just a bit because I realized I missed an item. We can grab a big mushroom. And it's kind of annoying every time you step on it. We have another required fight. Zombies. And we have a spinner down here. As my repel wears off, and we can grab a nugget. And that's the last item on this floor. Hopefully I can sneak back by. I should have went. Great. And we can make our way up to the 6th floor, I believe this is. X accuracy here. There are 3 trainers on this floor. And I believe we have to fight her. Kick, 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 kick. Jolteon's almost getting up to level 30. So defeat the last of the Chandlers and head down here and grab our last item, which is a rare candy. And when you try to cross the staircase, they will have the Ghost of Marowak's spirit, but if you don't have the self scope, it'll just tell you to turn away until you do. You can theoretically get around this by entering the fight and then using a Pokédoll on the first turn, and she'll actually flee. But that's where I'm going to end the video. So like the video, comment on the video, subscribe, and hit that bell if you want to see more videos similar to this one. And in the next episode, we'll finish Pokemon Tower and start heading south.